Welcome to Hot Topics. I'm Marnie, your host, Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce, along with Mark Stone, Gloria Gross. We got Bill over here and Brady, part of the audience. We got a great show for you today. Lots of things going on as we go from July into August. But I know, Mark, where has the time gone? I know. We've got our annual banquet coming up tomorrow, which means Friday, July the 14th. So we'll be recognizing and awarding our Community Excellence Award recipients, and we're excited about that. Always a great time at the banquet, letting people know how they've contributed to the community and recognizing for the great things they did. But we've got a lot of things going behind the scenes and things you may not know about. And my first guest is Lauren Norman. She is the Chief Development and Communications Officer for West Yavapai Guidance Clinic. And in case you didn't know, a new facility opened up that is relieving a tremendous burden throughout our community in serving a population. And so I'm going to welcome Laura up here so she can talk about the new Crisis Stabilization Unit. Congratulations on opening, Laura.
Thank you. And I'd like to thank Marnie, because Marnie was there on our grand opening, and the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce helped us cut the ribbon and really open this to the community. And I was impressed. We had more than close to 200 people based on the sign-in book at that open house. And so I really think people respect what we do, understand and appreciate what we do. And what do we do? The Crisis Stabilization Unit is the new program of West Yavapai Guidance Clinic, and it is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week project. It's an opportunity for people to come when they are feeling depressed, extremely anxious, perhaps intoxicated, whether that's alcohol or other drugs. And it serves a need that was being filled in ways that frankly were not the best for our community. Before the CSU opened, people who had crises like these were often taken to the emergency room. Their family would take them there. Or frankly, if law enforcement found them or had to assist in the crisis, they may take them to jail. Neither of those places are the best place for people who are experiencing a mental health crisis. So our CSU, Crisis Stabilization Unit, opened on June 21st. And since then, it's only been about 3 weeks, we've served 108 people. This unit offers, as I said, 24/7 crisis intervention. So we have had adults, and we've had adults bring children in when they have been severely challenged by something in their life. We can do a crisis assessment in our outpatient area on anybody, any age, but the unit is really focused and designed for adults. So let's say you come in, the situation may look like this. Say you're a mother and you have or a father, and you have a 21-year-old son, and he's returned from college and he's not done so well this semester. Stopped going to class, his roommate said he doesn't shower, won't come out of the room. All of a sudden you have this concern that your star child is changing and maybe having some type of mental health issue. You don't know what to do. You've not dealt with this before. Where do I take my son? Now you don't have to wonder, well, is West Yavapai Guidance Clinic open? It's Tuesday at 6 p.m. Should I walk in there or should I go to the emergency room? That mom, that dad should take that son to the Crisis Stabilization Unit we operate on East Ridge in Prescott Valley. Our staff will assess what's going on. They would sit down with him and say, what's changed? Why is your mom so concerned? Why aren't you going to class? And try to be that helping hand that he might need. If we're so concerned and we need more time, we could step him back into one of our observation chairs. We have 10 observation chairs that allow us to keep somebody not overnight, but a full day. And that gives us time. In a crisis, time is your best ally. So maybe what seemed so desperate or so insurmountable, or you just can't get through, if we have 6-8 hours maybe to talk with you and have some of our therapists and peers, people who have been there and dealt with depression successfully before, they might be able to help guide you to next steps. So chairs, we've got outpatient area, chair area, and then if we're still concerned and really want some more time to help you through whatever you're going through, we have beds. We have 8 beds in the back. And again, this is open to our community, regardless of rich, poor. It is about a clinical need and an opportunity to serve people when they're in crisis and when they need us most. We hope to alleviate pressure on our YRMC emergency departments. People who don't need to be there shouldn't be there, and people who don't need to go to jail shouldn't be taken to jail. And 108 people in 3 weeks, I think that makes a statement that our project was really on the right track. I'd like to thank also the community donors, private foundations, family foundations, people who wrote checks as small as $5 and people who wrote checks as large as $100,000 to really help us make this happen. So thank you, and if you want to continue to invest in mental health and substance abuse care for this community, go to wygc.org.
Any questions?
Any questions for me from the crowd? Anybody?
Just go over the hours of operation.
Hours of operation, and it truly is 24/7, so you don't have to worry about whether somebody is there. Good question. It is on East Ridge Drive, so I'll give a plug to Tractor Supply and Little Dealer. Everyone seems to know where they are. It's behind there. That's East Ridge Drive in Prescott Valley. So if you're headed out of town toward Dewey, it'll be on your right. You take really one of the last rights going out of town. Doesn't matter time of day. People shouldn't be concerned about that. If you're thinking of hurting yourself, maybe killing yourself, we don't want you to worry about what to do. Go to one place 24/7, Crisis Stabilization Unit.
Is there an age that you population that you serve?
We can't take anybody that's under age 18 back into the chairs or to the beds. But what we can do, if mom brings in a 12-year-old or an 8-year-old, maybe that's acting out, or maybe dad read something on Facebook that startled them. That's kind of the common thing now on social media. You start to hear concerning things. As a parent, what do I do with this information? Do you want to go sit in the emergency room? That's not logical. You don't want to call the police on your kid necessarily. You want to get to a professional, which we have right there 24/7. From an outpatient basis, we would be able to assess what's going on with that kiddo and then make some plans about whether they need to be enrolled in West Yavapai Guidance Clinic, whether they can get services somewhere else, and whether it is of a severe nature where we need to take some immediate action to keep that child safe.
So Laura, it sounds like this is something that was sorely needed in the community and it's been well received and makes a difference to people not going to the jail.
It really was needed, and this concept, this project, or similar projects like this, I should say, are used throughout the state. So we modeled ours after a CSU in Tucson and one in Phoenix. So we kind of learned what worked and what didn't work from them, and crafted our building with design lessons learned. So there's one in Flagstaff, not as comprehensive as ours, a little different model, and I believe they're opening, if they haven't already done it, they're opening one in Mojave County. But it just really adds that layer, what we call a point in the continuum, when people are severely distressed. You don't want to stress them more by sending them into a queue in the ER between people with heart attack and broken legs. They need to be a place where people can actually help them through their crisis. And that's what we have now.
Great addition.
Thank you.
Great addition to the community. We're really glad to be a part of it and help share that it's out there, that people know that facility is available to them to get that mental health, that help right away. So thank you, Laura. Great job. It's been a while to come, but it's open now and obviously doing the work that it needs, that was planned for in the beginning. So thank you. Okay, we talked about something you may not know about, but if you're driving around Prescott Valley, specifically if you're driving up and down Glassford Hill Road, you have been, as I call it, watching an engineering marvel just happen before your very eyes, going from that long look Glassford Hill intersection to what now potentially it will be at the end or first part of August. But I have Francisco Miramonte's here. He's with the Town of Prescott Valley Public Works, and he's going to kind of explain how that's all working, because I'm amazed, and I drive up and down several times a day. Welcome, Francisco.
Thank you, Marnie, for that introduction. It has been a very interesting summer, to say the least. We got going right when school was coming to an end, April 3rd, and we're on track and on schedule to be done right before school lets in again. And that's coming up quick. I believe that's August 7th. You're going to see a ton of activity in the coming weeks, just trying to make it to that finish line and not disappoint the traveling public. This coming week, we're going to start paving the main middle section of the road. After that, we'll go ahead and top everything off and finish all the way down to Tuscany. The project is again slated to be on track, and it's a testament to those guys' hard work. We were lucky to partner with a local contractor, Earth Resources Corporation, and they've really stepped up to the challenge and have delivered. It's a great project. Everyone's worked really well together. I have heard a few rumblings from some residents in which they feel the project may have been stretched out a little long, but to be honest, I think we're right on track with that. We had some challenges with school still being in session and letting all those folks get their kids into school, in and out, and we're right where we need to be, I think. Again, August 7th is our target date. We definitely don't want those children to be out of school. I mean, they've had their fun during the summer, but now it's time to go back.
What's it going to look like? Because I know previously it was long look, one lane crossing at the traffic signal with 2 lanes either way, 1 lane, left turn lane. What's it going to look like when it's completed?
Marnie, that's a great question. Glassford Hill Road will turn from, I believe it was 6 lanes, and it's going to be 9 lanes. We're going to have 2 left-hand turn lanes, both north and southbound. There's going to be dedicated rights so that you're not stuck in traffic at the light waiting for someone to make a right. So yeah, and that'll be tremendous in trying to get the traveling public through that intersection. Personally, I think the biggest benefit is going to be for the people entering the school off of Long Luck and those exiting off of Long Luck. We're going to have the same left-hand condition, 2 lefts coming off of Long Luck, 2 lefts going out of Long Luck. And I think that'll get people in and out of traffic. I've definitely heard horror stories, if you will, that lights have changed and cycled through, and people are still waiting there. So all this work will hopefully alleviate all that. It's going to be a major expansion.
Now that you've got Glassford Hill going,
Yes.
and being beautiful and wonderful to go through, is there any future for getting 69 widened even more? Just
I know-
curious. I think on the weekends you can't drive it.
It's an ADOT question.
The 69 is governed by ADOT. I know they have some ideas with 69 in the works and queued up to go, but as far as widening it, I to be honest, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
When will the stoplight go?
Great question. At the end of next week, we should start to see things come out of the ground and those signals start to be erected. We're hoping to have everything turned on and operational again right before school lets in. That final week is going to be critical in trying to get everything done. Again, we know we're up against the wall on August 7th, and those guys are pushing extremely hard to meet that deadline.
Yeah, I understand that people might think it took so long, but it was actually the utility. The movement of the utilities that you didn't really see work being done, that was kind of behind the scenes, that had to be done before you could even start work on the roadway.
That's a great point. With that being a critical intersection, there was every utility you can imagine, and they all worked hard to get everything relocated and deep enough so that when Earth Resources Corporation went through, we didn't have any emergency type situations, and they haven't encountered that, and they've been great. A lot of coordination went into that, and those guys really pulled through in trying to get everything relocated in a timely manner. I have a question.
Real quick, where you had the planning section all developed, okay, where you had all the trucks and everything and all the earth movers out there, and now that that's all kind of like leveled out and flattened out and everything, any chance of commercial businesses going into those different areas? On the corner, on those two corners?
On those two corners, they are utilizing those as a staging area. On the northeast corner, we did go ahead and like you said, did some earth moving and stockpiled material there. To be honest, that's up to the owner as far as what they choose to develop. It's a great site to have, just so that we didn't have that extra expense of hauling off all that extra material. But I don't know what's in the queue for that. Hopefully something good.
Because I just figured it was ideal now, okay, now that it's ready to rock and roll.
Right.
Build.
That's definitely what we need, a more building. Keep me busy.
No, it's great.
What's the speed limit going to be for there?
The speed limit, I believe it's going to be 35. I don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it's going to be. I don't think we're changing that. I know we do get to a higher speed limit as we go further north on Glassford, but I think with that being a school area, that's kind of a safe speed limit for that area in particular.
Only because you have to understand now cars going in there, but there's pedestrians crossing that are walking, so it's very important to recognize that those students need to be safe.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any other questions? Well, we look forward to being in touch.
Thank you.
All I have to say is picture in your mind what it looked like before. It's now all upheaval, and then it's going to come back together, and you're going to start flowing traffic, and you're never going to realize what it was like before, because it's now happened, and you're being directed and moved so they can do the work they do, which means 25 miles an hour. And if there's workers out there, fines can be doubled if you're going. And I've seen traffic stops, so please, if you're driving up and down through there, recognize that we've got workers out there, and it's very dangerous work for them to be out there, especially with cars zooming by. So 25 miles an hour, just think about it, be patient, it'll be done soon, and everybody can go home and be with their families. Very important. So thank you, Francisco, and welcome. Glad to have you. Great job, great job. Okay, joining me now is Missy Sikora. She's the Executive Director for Yavapai Family Advocacy Center, along with her partner, Fundraising in Crime, Jean Lupa. Welcome, Missy and Jean. Come on up. We'll let Missy talk a little bit about Yavapai Family Advocacy Center and go on to how we can help and support the work that you guys do over there at the center.
Okay, great. So the Yavapai Family Advocacy Center is a organization. We're located here in Prescott Valley. We serve all of Yavapai County, and we provide coordination of investigation and services for victims of violent and interpersonal crimes. And so basically what that means is we're a one-stop shop. We kind of come at it from a holistic approach. If a person has been a victim of a crime, we are responsible for coordinating what's called a multidisciplinary team in the county, and that consists of law enforcement, Department of Child Safety, medical personnel, therapists, advocacy, and what's known as a forensic interviewer. So if somebody has been a victim of a sexual assault, child abuse, those kinds of things, the police will bring them to our center immediately, and we take care of them through the whole process. And what we see our role as is we support the victims through the process. We support them through the investigation. We have somebody meet them at the door, explain what's going to be happening, either the medical examination, the interview process, and then stay with them through that process and afterwards. So we provide counseling to victims. We connect them with community resources. We help them find housing assistance. We help them find shelter, really just kind of anything that they may need to try to get out of that situation. So, and we are solely funded through grants and fundraisers and donations to our center. So we are a project of Prevent Child Abuse Arizona, and it is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so we really rely heavily on community donations and community support, and we have a wonderful, amazing team of women here in Prescott Valley that are our cheerleaders and supporters, and we couldn't do what we do without them.
Okay, so anyone who knows me knows that I'm kind of like the party girl. So what we have done in conjunction, stand here, okay. Jamie Garwinger from Smart Girls, Janice Russell from Stone Ridge, and myself formerly with Arizona's Hometown Radio Group, and now just common citizen and fundraising guru. We have put together a fundraiser for YFAC, and this will be our third year. Each year it's something a little bit different. First year we learned that fashion shows do not go over. Second year we had a wonderful evening with Steve Annabali. But this year, we decided to make it fun. So we took the theme of Chicago song, Saturday in the Park. So on August 19th, you can come up to Stone Ridge, and it will be Saturday in the Park. We will have the man playing guitar. We will have the man selling ice cream, singing Italian songs. We will have all different kinds of fun things to do. We'll be doing a wine toss. So when you can buy the rings to toss over a bottle of wine and you win the bottle of wine. And then in true Lupa fashion, I was able to just secure before I came on the air from Liquor Barn of Prescott Valley box wine so that we can do a box wine toss. And so that way everyone... We're going to use a hula hoop. Yes, exactly. We're going to use a hula hoop to toss over the box of wine. And Liquor Barn has generously donated some sangria for us so that we can make sangria afterwards and really party. But the fun thing about this is it's just that. It's going to be in a park casual atmosphere. Don't get dressed up. Dress hippie. Dress boho. Wear your sandals. Wear your sneakers. Have fun. Tickets are only $50 a person. It is a Carolina barbecue. It'll be under a huge tent because every day's the 4th of July. Chicago song. And but it'll be just a fun atmosphere, and we will have raffles where you can buy either a $1 raffle, a $5 raffle, or a $10 raffle, and then you can actually put a raffle ticket in a whole tier. You can one at a time, or you can put them all in one. And we'll have a live auction. So like Marnie, when you see that purse that's up on the $20 tier for you, okay, you can take all your $20 raffle tickets and you can put them just in that bag. Okay, so chances are you might win it this year. Okay. But the one thing that we do have that is signature exclusively for Hope Still Floats is John Christian Designs. Every year creates their own design of a ring that is engraved inside with the year and Hope Still Floats. This year it is a turquoise tourmaline, and it will be valued at about $5,000. So you can buy a ticket, or what we call a key, for $50, and you can try to win that $5,000 tourmaline, which does fit on my finger, by the way. And it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's just part of us. And a special thank you to Sandy Merrill from Mosaic Insurance, who was able to secure from Safeco Insurance a $10,000 donation to YFAC. Yes. So
I have the big check hanging on my wall.
And a special thank you also to Arizona's Hometown Radio Group, which is the exclusive radio sponsor of Hope Still Floats. And I hope you will continue doing it every year, Sanford.
So please join us. It's going to be lots of fun. Yes.
How do they get tickets?
They can either go to yfac.org, okay? They can go to Stone Ridge and go to the clubhouse and go into the, where they sell all the shirts and everything. And that word there, the pro shop. And they
They
can get
can
the tickets
call
there.
YFAC. I'm happy to deliver them. I've been delivering them now to different places around town, and that number is 928-775-0669.
Or find me out on the streets promoting Hope Still Floats. I have tickets in my purse. I have your ticket. And it's just going to be such a fun time. And the thing is, every single penny after expenses are paid for, everything goes to YFAC. So it helps the community so much. So if you want to donate anything, get a hold of me, Jean Lupa. Look for me on Facebook. I'll take all your donations. Tell me what you want, and get a hold of YFAC, Missy Sikora. Get a hold of Jamie Goringer at Smart Girls, Janice Russell up at Stone Ridge, and we will be more than happy to take your donations, take your money, sell you tickets. But the main thing is to have a good time, party, and support the community.
And all proceeds benefit.
Yavapai Family Advocacy Center.
And I just want to stress that victims that come through our center are never charged for anything, whether it's the medical exam, whether it's ongoing trauma-informed therapy, advocacy. We do not charge for any service that we provide at our center. So this is really much needed.
And how many of you helped this year?
In 2016, the center served over 775 victims.
Wow.
Throughout Yavapai
Yes.
County. So
As we know, there is a need. Thank you so much. And again, we'll see you on August the 19th.
August the 19th.
Sunday at the park, Stone Ridge.
Saturday in the park.
Saturday in the park. What did I say, Sunday? I was thinking ice cream sundaes. So you got me talking about...
The Good Humor Man will be there.
There you go. Thank you all for joining us here on Hot Topics today. Have a great month. Remember, school starts August the 7th. Watch out for the kiddos.